Hello and welcome to Better Way Training. Today's video is titled, Who Am I? I've had a lot of people ask me to go ahead and just let you know who it is that's talking on this video and why you might want to listen to me, and to go ahead and just give a little bit of credibility and a little bit of history about myself. Well, my name is Bob Hurst. I'm 61 years old. I've been in the maintenance industry for over 40 years now. Whether it's been in manufacturing or whether it's been in construction, it's all been involved in maintenance. I've also, just on the sideline, I've trained race horses and been somewhat successful with them. I have one of them that still holds I actually bred it, that still holds a world record for a mile. It's an Arabian, it's not thoroughbred, so but it does hold the Arabian record for a mile. And that was very exciting. And I love music, I love animals, I love nature, I love God, I love my family, and I love my friends. And I enjoy learning, and I love figuring out how things work and stuff, and that's what leads me into this maintenance and manufacturing industry, figuring out how things work and putting together projects. So anyway, that's a little bit about myself. I live in Kentucky, and I was born and raised in Kentucky. I've moved several times. I went to New Orleans to start up a manufacturing plant for car washes. And so I was in charge from everything from conception all the way through the installation, from developing the parts department and designing the equipment and getting it all built to actually coordinating with all the contractors and everything to complete a project. I did that for a couple of years until the interest rates, actually it's about 3 years, until the interest rates hit so high that it bankrupted the guy that hired me to do the work. And at that point I moved back here to Kentucky. That was down in New Orleans, so I moved back up here to Kentucky and worked in tobacco for a little while, just doing odds and ends, anything that I could do. And then the car wash company that originally I'd worked for before I went down there hired me to start up a service route, to where I went around and did sales and service. And I did that on a commission basis and did that for a couple of years. And then the owner of that company died, and so the distributors and everything wanted to keep on having somebody to build the equipment. And so me and a couple other people, we started up a manufacturing plant and started building the equipment for one of the largest distributors. And at that point, I was in charge of the employees. I was in charge of doing the programming, the inventory, the research development. One of the big things that I did that I think helped out a whole lot is the car wash industry had a convention in Vegas every year, and there'd be like 200-300 manufacturers that would go there. And I would go to that until they got to know me. And I would go to that convention just like I was not involved in building or anything else. And I would go to the different locations, and I'd look at their equipment, and I'd ask about their equipment, how it worked, what was good about it, what was bad. And then I'd come back, and the company I worked for had me a big old building to where I could actually go in there and take all the ideas that I thought that was good, and then I could actually improve our equipment. So that's when I got involved in R&D, research and development. And so I helped go ahead and actually develop their equipment. And then that way, the next year we come back, and then we'd have all their good ideas added into ours. And so anyway, that's the car wash aspect of it. And I still do a little bit of car wash business, because there's some customers that stayed with me for all these years and everything. So I want to be loyal to them because they've been loyal to me. and I needed insurance, and so I got married, and we needed insurance, for my wife's. She had some health issues, and so I went and took a job. It was with a Kroger company. And this is the first time I really had any real formal training besides a little bit of training with the union back when I started in electrical. And so they actually sent me through a lot of these classes that, matter of fact, this is a lot of the books and a lot of the things that I went through as far as, training when I worked for them. And it was a very big learning curve. I learned a lot of different skill sets in the car wash industry. I had to learn how to weld. I had to learn how to work on pumps. I had to learn about electrical controls, programming, all this other stuff, but it was all self-taught. And it was all trial and error. Then when I get to Kroger, I passed the test to go ahead and be able to get into maintenance, but they put me into training to where I actually learned things and the terminology, and it made things a lot easier. And so I worked there for about 9 years, and then I got offered another job for a company called Pella, and they wanted me to work with the engineers as a project man. And so I would come in when the lines were down, and then I would improve the lines, doing some R&D, basically just implementing the project and troubleshooting and stuff. And due to some health issues, there was a lot of fiberglass dust, and I did a lot of galvanized welding, and that messed with me pretty bad. It jacked with me. And so anyway, when I got all that mess in my lungs, matter of fact, still to this day when I go through the airport, they have to sit there and they put that thing across me. When you hold your arms up like this right here, and that thing scans you, it shows that I've got some weapon or something. Actually, it's just all the metal that's inside of my lungs from breathing all the zinc and everything else while I was welding. So anyway, they pull me over, and then they do that handheld thing and do the search. And then I get to go ahead and go and get on the plane. And but anyway, that's a reason that I went ahead and I actually quit working at Pella, is because of the dust and everything was irritating me, and it would mess with the asthma and mess with that. And then I got out, and a company hired me to go out and teach and do assessments for the manufacturing maintenance teams, find out what their weak points were, figure out what they needed training on, and then I would go out and then I would teach or these different maintenance techs and try to improve their skill sets. And I really, really enjoyed that. What was great is you would see some people that was beat down because they were in a job but they didn't really know exactly what it is that they were doing, and they would get into some projects that was over their head, and they just felt down. So anyway, when I get in there and I start teaching them, and then all of a sudden they'd realize they could go in there, and I'd give them examples, of what might happen and what they could actually look for and how they could solve it. And when they got to go out there and then, the light bulb went off, hey, I can do this. I figured this out. And then they come back and, they said, hey, Bob, you know what I did the other day? I went out there and then we had this machine down, and I figured it out, and I was able to get it back up and going by doing this. And that meant a whole lot to me. And that's basically what set this whole video and this YouTube channel up, is my mission statement. I want to help aspiring maintenance technicians develop the skill sets needed to achieve success. When I saw that light bulb go off, it just it impacted my heart, because I was giving them a shortcut path to what it took so long and so many trials and errors for me to learn, the hard way. So if I can provide the training, the path, the resources, and things like that, and give somebody a shortcut path to success, that's what this is all about. And So anyway, that's a little bit about me. Right now, my current position is I'm doing this. I'm actually working and have developed an apprenticeship program for Pella Corporation, and I'm teaching their apprentices. It's a 2 years program, and it's a hands-on, and I'm developing and have online resources for training for anybody else that might want to go ahead and have some resources to get some training for maintenance technician skill sets. It starts out all the way at the beginning, fundamentals, all the way through, the advanced programming, whatever it is that you might need. So anyway, I thank you for the time. I thank you for watching the video and everything. And this is just an introduction. And I would really appreciate it if you would subscribe if you're interested into this. And also, I'd appreciate it if you let me know what it is that you want this video to provide, or this YouTube channel to provide for you. What kind of videos do you want me to post? My ideals are, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to show people how to troubleshoot motors. I'm going to show people the simple things like how to read, a tape measure, and actually just go from the fundamentals all the way on through, advanced maintenance and advanced electrical programming, things of that nature. But if y'all can go ahead and just post some comments and let me know what it is that you would like to see, I will try to do my best to make the videos to answer your questions. So I thank you, and this is Bob Hurst, and I'm signing off right now. Thank you.